Hello again. I was recently playing around with one or two endgame ideas and I came up with this one which may be of interest, especially to lovers of endgame problems. This problem, as is the case with so many that I put on YouTube, does involve the inevitable avoidance of stalemate. There's a nasty little trap that Black has just set. In fact, Black's last move was here. He could so easily have played here as well, but he played here because the idea behind this, firstly, is he's threatening to capture this pawn. Now this pawn is of prime importance to White, as anyone can see. He wants to promote it to a queen if possible. Now if that goes, it's going to take quite a while to win this game. So he wants to hang on to that. So what must be remembered here is that this pawn can be captured. It's in the way of the bishop and the white pawn, but it can be captured. Is it a good idea to take that pawn? And if not, why not? Well, let's just take a look at what happens if White were to take that pawn. There's nothing that obviously wrong with it, is there? Well, there is, because Black replies with this. He's queened his pawn. Now, if White should take this, and really he has no option other than to take it, stalemate. And that is the problem with taking on b6. And as can be seen, if we just plonk the Black queen back there for a moment, he doesn't have anything else, because first of all, Black is threatening to take the bishop, and he's also threatening some menacing checks here. In my opinion, White will be struggling quite possibly to save that game. So we won't go there. We won't take that pawn. But if we don't take that pawn, how do we make progress in this position? This is White to play and to win. What is the key move here? Well, the key move is to here. Yes, he's stopping this pawn from going any further, which ordinarily you wouldn't want to do because there's the likelihood that you could assist him in stalemate. But not so here. So what does Black have? Well, he's forced to play king b7. Now we can't promote this at the moment, we don't have any protection for it. So what do we do here? Just take a good look at that. Well, what we do now, we take this pawn off. Just take a good look at that. This is quite interesting with all these pieces down the B line here, and then the two pawns in addition. So what does Black do? What choices does he have here? Well, it must be noted that it would be inadvisable to move away because White is going to queen this. He needs to keep connection with a8 ideally. So the first line, quite naturally, is he's going to play back. He doesn't want that pawn to promote. So what does White do here? Well, he puts Black in check. He's forcing Black back to there. And now White queens the pawn. Look at that position, and as can be seen, Black only has one move. He must take the bishop. And so what does White do here to wrap things up in two moves? Well, he plays here, check, and if you notice, we're covering all the key squares such that now Black is restricted to here. And then, yes, that is checkmate, is it not? It is. So that does not work. So let's put that back and check the second variation. There are three variations in play here. The key move is knight to b5. He has to play here, and then we go here. Now we've just looked at king a8 and he's mated in short order. What about if he promotes to a queen? What do we do here? Well, now of course we can take the queen. That's not a problem. So what does black do? Well, quite clearly he has to go back into the corner, otherwise white would promote. And so white gives check. This is forced. White queens the pawn. No problem with any of that. Now again, white is forcing black to just the one move there. He has nothing else. He has to take the knight. So now this is an interesting study in itself. How does white finish this off in a matter of a few moves? Have a good look at that. Well, what he does is he closes black right the way down just with this one move, and he's restricting black to c8 and b8. He has no other squares. Now to go to here, white simply plays there. The king goes into the corner and it's mate on a7. So what he does is he plays here. So how does white wrap things up here in a couple of moves? He plays here. Black has to go here. White goes here, there, and that is checkmate. So as can be seen, with two of the three variations for black, white is able to administer rather nice checkmates. I think you'd agree. So that is the starting position again. It's knight b5, king b7, bishop takes. Now the only alternative move really at black's disposal is to take the bishop. So what happens now? Well, quite naturally, we promote to a queen. Now, how should black play here? He only has one move with his king, if you notice. Yet again, we're really closing black down here. Should he take the knight? Can you see what happens? Yes, it's queen b7 checkmate. That is a neat checkmate, no doubt about that. So he can't touch the knight. But of course, his other move is he queens the pawn. He can promote it to anything he wants, but quite naturally, a queen is the best option. So how does white finish this game? Not with a checkmate, unfortunately, but he finishes the game nonetheless. Do you see it? Well, yes, he plays here, and as can be seen, he's going to pick up black's queen, and there's nothing that he can do about it. If he plays here, you pick up the queen. He might as well take the knight, because you notice here, you wouldn't want to do that because you can interpose the queen. But what you do is you whip his queen off, and that undoubtedly is a one game for white. I hope you enjoyed that one. It's pretty instructive, is it not? And a lot can be learnt from that sort of a position. Enjoy your chess and goodbye.